guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. My name is Heather. I'm a homeschooling mom of 3 kids, elementary and high school age. Today I'm really excited because I'm going to be sharing all about Freedom Project Academy with you. If you do not know, Freedom Project Academy is a fully accredited online private school that offers a classical education rooted in Judeo-Christian values from kindergarten through 12th grade. However, I am going to be talking all about their self-paced, anytime, and homeschool courses for middle and high school levels. So let's get into it. One of the great things about homeschooling today is that there are so many options available. We have so many different curriculum and resource options available to us now as homeschoolers than when I even started 14 years ago. And it's amazing to see how much the homeschool community has grown over the past several years. I know that for me, when we started to approach the middle and high school years, it was a little daunting. I just did not know what the next step was. And honestly, it was almost like I was starting to homeschool all over again. You know, I had the jitters. I wasn't quite sure what courses we should do, where to purchase curriculum, how I was even going to teach some of the subjects that I wasn't exactly comfortable with. I'm looking at you, chemistry. So finding resources that can help you as the homeschool parent teach your children with the values that you hold is so important. I love that Freedom Project Academy offers multiple ways to engage with their courses. Now, they are a fully accredited live online school for K-12. I mentioned that at the beginning. That is always an option for you. If you want your student to be in an online accredited school, have a transcript, all of that stuff from an accredited institution, this is a great option. But I was really excited about their self-paced programs. So their self-paced programs are geared towards 6th through 12th grade. They have classes in all of the core classes, you know, history, math, English, science, as well as some extra classes like logic and Latin. They also have Spanish, they have music theory, they even have a physical education course. So that is really cool. Their self-paced options, they come in 2 different options. So the first one is called an anytime course. You can enroll in these courses anytime. It's in the name. And the way that it works is you will have a full access to the course. There are assignments, there are modules, there are books. We'll get into that more in just a little bit. And you work through the course, you submit your work, and it is graded for you. And that is an awesome option. If you, as the parent, do not want to handle grading or just want to enroll your student in a particular course and let the course teach itself, that is a great option. Freedom Project Academy has great teachers that are really responsive with emails, and they have office hours, which is really helpful. However, if you want to have a self-paced option and have it ungraded, they also offer all of these courses in an ungraded way. So you can still get all of the amazing content, but you, the parent, can control more of the grading aspect. You can adjust things or move things around or change what you need to, and that is so helpful as a homeschool parent. I myself love to be able to have the extra help with teaching, but I really like to create my own schedule and make sure that things are moving in a way that works best for my family. Now, you do have some of that ability with the anytime courses, but because it's graded, you know, you have to make sure that you're submitting the work in a manner that they require of you. Whereas in the homeschool side, you can take the course, get all of the great content, but maybe you as the parent know, okay, well, we can move a little bit quicker through this, or maybe we need a little bit extra practice for this. So having that ability to adjust things as needed is so amazing. Within each course, you are going to have some book requirements and resource requirements. And if you go into the website, which I will take you through shortly, you will be able to see both the syllabus as well as the required resources. They have links to specific kits, especially for things like lab science, where they want you to have a particular lab kit to follow along with the labs, as well as the resources needed to teach and workbooks and all of that information. They have that listed for each individual course. Now, I had the opportunity to check out the business math course from Freedom Project Academy, and that course only required one textbook, which is this Abeka Business Mathematics textbook. Now, it really is going to depend on which course you choose as to how many resources you are going to have to get. They use different curriculum. I saw some Apologia, I saw some Abeka. The English courses, of course, have literature selections that you would have to get, as well as other workbook resources. So it really depends, but I do like that you can go into each individual course and see exactly what is required, as well as the syllabus. The courses are broken up into 36 weeks. They do have multiple modules, and so depending on the course is going to depend on how many modules there are, but they are broken into 36 weeks. So broken into a traditional 36-week homeschool calendar. Now, depending on when you start these classes, you may end up rolling into a new year, especially if you're starting now in January. So if you start your course in January, when this video is going live, you obviously will have to decide whether you're going to continue through the summer or if you will break and pick up again later in the fall to finish out the full year course. I really love the amount of support that Freedom Project Academy gives to students with their anytime courses. If you are going with the graded option, the anytime courses, you have the ability to have teacher hours. You can communicate with the teachers. They have weekly workshops to help you out if you need extra help. I think that level of help is super important, especially if you are looking at courses that maybe you are unsure of teaching yourself, and having that extra support from Freedom Project Academy teachers is going to be incredibly helpful and beneficial for you, the parent, as well as your student. Now, if you are comfortable with managing your student schedule and you're just looking for well-done resources to help you out, I think the homeschool option is going to be a great option. Now, I chose the ungraded option because I like to be able to have a little bit more control over our homeschool curriculum, and being able to add or adjust things as needed is something that is really important to me as a homeschool parent. But it's really up to you, whatever is going to work best for your family. Now, and it also would be dependent upon the specific course. Now, if I was going to have one of my kids do anatomy and physiology, I may choose that graded option with the extra help, because that is just something that I would need. I would not be one to be like, oh yes, anatomy, I'm totally okay with that. That is not my field. That is not helpful for me. However, business math, which is the course that I have been working through, is something that I'm very comfortable with because I was a business major in college. I have a lot of experience with economics and finance and all of that kind of stuff. So I felt very comfortable being able to help my student through the course instead of relying on other teachers. Now, I have the teacher to teach the content, to work through the lectures. The lectures are anywhere I've seen between 20 minutes and an hour, depending on which module you're in, which week you are in. And I think that part of it is amazing. But if Emma has a question for me, if Jack has a question for me, I feel comfortable being able to go in and answer those questions. Whereas perhaps with anatomy, I would not, and I would want that extra teacher help. So now what we're going to do is I am going to turn the camera around and go through some of the business math resources with you, as well as walk through some of the content on their website and a little bit of a peek into their platform, the Canvas platform, which is where your student will do all of their work and submit work if you are submitting work online, or where you as a parent get to kind of schedule things out. It does have all of the information there. That's where your student works through the lectures and finds all of their assignments. It's very, very easy to use, and I am looking forward to sharing that with you. Okay guys, so this is the business math textbook that you will be using if you take the business math course. It is broken up into 5 different modules or units in the textbook, but on the course itself, it says module. So you have stewardship, managing your business, investment, income and taxes, and banking. And I think that this is a very comprehensive look at business math. It gives your student a great introduction to what business math entails, the types of information that you need to know as a small business owner, as well as just some general consumer math type information. I think it's very, very helpful. One of the things that I do appreciate about this course is that the teacher does encourage your student to use a calculator so that you are not bogged down with making calculations. Oftentimes you are adding up a bunch of numbers, and while it's very simple for you to do on paper or in your head, sometimes it's, especially with business math, it's a lot easier to just use a calculator, add up all of the numbers, and move on. So I really like what is offered in this course. I think that it is very comprehensive, and I think that it's a good introduction, especially if your student is unsure if this is what they may want to explore in the future, but it gives a really good foundation, and I think that that is the real purpose of this course. So now I'm going to take you onto the website as well as into the platform itself, Canvas, to kind of show you how things are laid out and some different options you have if you are using the homeschool option rather than the anytime graded option. Okay guys, so first, when you go to the Freedom Project Academy website, it is laid out really nicely. There is so much information on this website to help you make a good decision as to which course you may want to use, or just getting a little bit more background information. So what we're going to first start with is the admissions section. So if you go and hover over admissions, you can go down to academic tracks, and that is where we are going to find the different options for homeschool. So as you scroll down in this academic track, you are going to see all of the different courses that they offer for 6th through 12th grade. Now, there are a lot of different options here. You see that you have US history, world geography, world history, physics, advanced math, calculus. Then you have, some traditional courses, 6th grade English, 6th grade science, all through middle school. You have Anytime Algebra and Geometry 1 and Algebra and Geometry 2. This is combining algebra and geometry together, which is something that I have seen in a few different courses out there. You have biology, anatomy and physiology, advanced economics, marine biology, business math, which is the course that I have been working through. You have logic, creative writing, English for high school, levels 1 through 4. You have 1 through 4 Latin if you want to continue Latin studies throughout high school, which is very common for classical education. You have a couple of different levels of Spanish as well. I really like that they offer music theory and health and physical education. They even offer calculus 2, which I think is amazing. If you have a student that excels in math, this is going to be a great option for you. I know that if I had to teach calculus, I would definitely struggle. So I like that this is an option. So what I'm going to do is go into the business math course. And what you can see is it gives you a little overview of what is in the business math course, what it is about. And then you can scroll down. It does say that it has an option for the homeschool option, which is the ungraded, or you can also do the anytime option, which is the graded option. You have syllabus information right here, which is great. You can come in, and this is for every single course. You'll be able to go in and see what the topics of study are, what the required materials are going to be, which is very helpful, and how the grading works out. Now, obviously, if you are choosing to have the ungraded homeschool course, that is going to be different. You will have a little bit more freedom as to what assignments are going to be graded and the weight of those grades, but using this percentage breakdown as a guideline, I think is really, really helpful. It does tell you that the lowest 3 scores will be dropped for each semester. And then it talks a little bit about attendance and participation. Now, this is going to be more geared towards the live course. You are still going to have a participation grade if you are using the self-paced anytime course. However, it is going to be a little bit different because it will not be live. You'll be watching a pre-recorded session. So instead of communicating with the teacher on the course live, there will be different assignments that you have to submit to show that you have been paying attention and you are engaging with the course. There also is a section on expectations and guidelines, which is helpful. I did find it really interesting that some of the written assignments need to be in cursive. Now, if you are comfortable with cursive for your students, I think that is great. And I think that oftentimes classical education leans towards that model. But if you have not done a lot of classical education courses in the past or have not followed that model since you started homeschooling, this may be something that you need to adjust or speak to the teacher about. So then you come down and it also gives you information about the live class, when it meets live, as well as the teacher. And then you also have the option to look at a sneak peek of the course, which I think is really helpful. So you can come in here and it gives you kind of a free preview of what content is going to be taught within the course. So I will just play a little bit of the start of this for you.
All right, good afternoon. Okay, well, we are moving on to another investment type entirely. So we did a couple units on savings. We've done the stock market. We did several units on that. Now real estate. This is a really common type of investment, more so today than it was in your parents' generation or your grandparents back then. If, let's say you bought a home, so I'm thinking.
So you can come in and see kind of a preview. One thing that I really appreciate, which I will show you also on the Canvas side, is that you can speed up the videos if you want to. I know that sometimes kids are able to engage a little bit better if the content is sped up. I know that for my oldest, she did much better when she would speed up lectures. It helped her stay more engaged. And so it does give you the option to speed it up if that is something that you would like to do, or if you are just trying to get through a particular week because you've been super busy and you want to get the content, but you don't have as much time to listen to the entire lecture on normal speed. I really like that feature. So then if you continue down, you will see the book list, which is the Abeka Business Math textbook, and it also gives you the ISBN number, and it does link to it. So you can go directly to the website to purchase this textbook if you would like to, or if you want to source it from a different company, that's also okay. But as long as you make sure that you are getting the exact book that is referenced here. So we can go back out to the academic tracks and go back down to some of the other courses. I mentioned human anatomy and physiology earlier, so I will click into that. It again shows that it is a homeschool option or an anytime option. It does give you the syllabus information here. It's going to show the text and required materials. This is going to be using Apologia's Exploring Creation with Anatomy, the Human Body, 2nd edition. Make sure that you pay attention to this because obviously there are going to be different editions, especially with Apologia. They have a 3rd edition, which is a completely different program than what this is. It's going to tell you the dissection specimens you need, the tools that you need. It's going to show that you need a microscope and a microscope kit. Again, it will go through the grading and the grading scale, which I think is very helpful, especially as a parent. And obviously for this particular course, if Emma or Jack were taking this, I would make sure that the grading was part of this course. This would be a course where I would want the added grading and to have the ability to communicate with the teachers directly. Again, there is the attendance and participation policy and the expectations and guidelines. So if you continue scrolling down, you will see the teacher for this course. You can view her bio if you are interested in learning more about the teachers. I think that's super helpful. It will help you get to know them just a little bit more. Again, you have a sneak peek if you would like to take a look at the course and get a good understanding of the content that's covered and the way that the teacher is teaching the course. And then again, you will have the book list and resource guide for the things that you need. I do appreciate that they have given links to specific websites so that you can make sure that you are getting exactly what is required for the course and having exactly what they need. Now you will see that the Apologia's Exploring Creation with Anatomy is not linked, but you can copy the ISBN number and then find that either through christianbook.com or through Rainbow Resource or Apologia's website, and just make sure that you are getting the specific book associated with this ISBN number. So once you have course access, they will send you instructions on how to log into their Canvas platform. So you just come in, you have your username and password. When you log in, it will bring you to this dashboard page and it will show the courses that you are enrolled in currently. So we can click on this course, and as you go through each week, there will be a check mark to show that you have actually completed that assignment. So we can go right into week 1 assignments. It will tell you exactly what you are going to be doing. And I think that this is very helpful. I think that they're kind of short instructions so that your student is not getting bogged down with all kinds of extra content. You can just click next and it will bring you right to the next thing. And it gives you instructions on class notes. It brings you right to the class notes, which you will print out and fill out as needed. And then this is what you submit if you are doing the graded option. Then you come to the next instructions, watch the class recording while taking notes. You click next, and then it brings you to the first video. And this first video is 21 minutes, 56 seconds. Again, you can play it, you can download it, you can change the playback speed, however you want to work on it.
Your first lesson in business math. We're going to go into lesson 1.1 to you have your textbook, all right, and open up to the first lesson, and maybe the notebook I see I have there, but I would actually like you to have your class note worksheets pages, okay?
So over here, they are going to show you the notes that you need for the class and any other little announcements. The picture quality is great. I love that there is a good quality sound with this course. Some courses, the sound is not great quality, but this one I definitely felt was really, really good. She lets you know exactly what you are going to need for the course, and then you just watch through the video. So once you finish the video, you click next, and then it does have this math antics video, and there are some videos throughout that are optional. It says if the style used in the textbook and or recordings is not how you have solved your addition problems, please watch the following video. If you need more assistance, please speak with your parents about receiving extra one-on-one tutoring. So that is helpful. And then you can continue on to demonstrate your active participation and understanding. You will use lesson 1.1 class note worksheets to write down calculations and answers presented in the recording, and then review class notes with a parent. So you as the parent are taking control of making sure that they're participating in the class. You can do it through this particular way, or you can do it through observation. If you know that your student is sitting down, taking notes and watching the recording because they're in the same room with you, you can do it that way. However it works best for you, this is just one option. And this is how it's going to go through each week. So you can go back to the dashboard and you can click it back in, and it will have all of the different weeks. So you can go into a different week if you would like. It's going to be the same setup where you have your week 4 assignments, and then it's going to give you some class note instructions. It's going to have class notes that you print off for your student, and then you're going to move into the class recording where you're going to take notes. Again, the length of the lesson, it's going to depend on the module, it's going to depend on the week. This is a 34-minute lesson. Again, you can change the speed if you would like. Now, a couple of other great features of this platform is the calendar section, where you can come in and you can add the assignments. You click the plus sign, you have an event, you can put the date that it is due, the time if there's a specific time, and then you can add it to whichever calendar you want to use. There are more options so that you can, expand this if you have a lot of information that you want to share with your student. This is very helpful. There's an inbox section where you can write emails if you need to. But overall, I really think that this is a great option for your middle and high school students. I think that all of the work is really high quality and very, very informative. I think that the content has been walked through quite well and very easy to understand. I really like this as a course. Okay, guys, so that is my little walkthrough of the business math course and a little bit of the extra information available on the Freedom Project Academy website and their Canvas platform. I think that this is an amazing option for middle and high school students. I know that when I started homeschooling middle school, it was really, really stressful. I didn't know which way to go. When I started homeschooling, when Emma was very, very little in preschool, I had kind of mapped out what we were going to do through 12th grade. And then I continued to do that. But then when it got time for me to start incorporating more of the upper level maths, especially when she was in 6th grade and tested into Algebra 1, I wasn't sure what to do. I didn't know where the resources were. There weren't as many options when I was starting to look at that stuff. And so I am so excited that this is an option. I think that the classes that they offer are great. I love that they give you the entire syllabus so that you can see exactly what your student will be studying for each of the courses. I love the classical education approach. I think that that is super helpful and great for students who have a lot of drive in academics. I think that the classical approach to homeschooling will help your student build a firm foundation as they start to go into adulthood, whatever they may choose to do. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have questions about anything that I talked about, please let me know in the comments, or you can email me. My contact form is always in the description box. I will leave my corresponding blog post linked below. That has a lot more information in it. So again, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and I will see you in the next one. Thanks, guys. Bye.